Hello friends. After the Bharatiya Janata Party led NDA government came into power in the centre in 2014, we have seen that they have been trying to gain influence in the system. Whenever an organization, ideology or political party wants to gain influence in the prevailing system, what do you think they will do? They will try to infiltrate the system. They will try to control all the major sectors which run the government. They will want to control the judiciary, bureaucracy, education system and all the areas of administration. For this, the ruling party will try to infiltrate their cadres, party affiliates into the system. People who have no eligibility to get a specific post will get that post only and only because he is affiliated to the ruling party. In a data analysis done by the Indian Express, it was found that out of 172 independent directors of 98 public sector undertakings of the union government, 86 of them have direct ties with the ruling BJP. Publishing the result of the analysis of data obtained by the Right to Information Act, the Indian Express questioned the credibility of the IDs of these PSUs. In this video, we try to keep this report and other such reports in front of you. Before we move ahead, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our updates. I am Nihal Mohammed and you're watching the Upfront. Before we look into the report, it is necessary that we understand who is an independent director. An independent director has always been a person of high regard and intellect. He has always been a person who is a face of governance in the board. An independent director is a non-executive director of a company who meets the criteria of being independent as prescribed under Companies Act 2013. Independent directors function as an oversight body in monitoring the performance and should raise flags whenever something suspicious occurs. Their job is to act as objective watchdogs. Though they are not involved in the daily functioning of PSUs, IDs play prime roles in its policy formation and could be a part of various board level committees. They are appointed for 3 years with a provision of extension. They may receive remuneration by fee and reimbursement of expenses for participation in the board. Back in 2018, IICA had commented on the independence of appointment of independent directors and said, the selection of independent directors ID for PSUs has not remained independent. Instead of experienced domain experts, preference is being given to ex-IAS or recently to political affinity so that whole idea of ID has been vitiated. We have seen in the past that many from outside this field have been appointed as independent directors. For example, Sambit Patra was appointed to the ONGC board back in 2017 for a period of 3 years. Other BJP leaders also have been appointed to the board of Central Public Sector Undertakings. BJP leader Syed Zafar Islam was appointed as non-official independent director of Air India in May 2017. Zafarul Islam, a former investment banker, joined the BJP on April 5, 2014. Shazia Ilmi, former Aam Aadmi Party leader, was appointed as independent director in Engineers India Limited in January. At present, she is the vice president of the BJP Delhi unit. The Saffron Party's member from Gujarat, Asifa Khan, had also been made non-official independent director of Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. Data obtained by the Indian Express under the Right to Information Act and an investigation of records of 146 central public sector undertakings for which details were available show that there are 172 independent directors in 98 PSUs. Of them, at least 86 serving on 67 PSU boards are linked to the ruling BJP. Let us look into some of the names in this list. Bharat Heavy Electrics Limited. Manish Kapoor, Deputy Treasurer UP BJP, has been appointed to the PSU board on January 30th. When asked to comment, he said, I am a professional and as an independent director, I have my codified duties. I am chairing the CSR committee of the board, but everything is done as per the norms. In Indian Oil Corporation Limited, Rajendra Arlekar, who is also the former Speaker of Goa Assembly and ex-minister, when he was asked to comment, he said, I do not sit there with a political view, but only with the interests of the company, interests of the people and interests of the nation in mind. In Oil India Limited, Gagan Jain, who is a BJP member from Meghalaya, when asked to comment, he said, "I have been appointed there as a CA, not as a BJP leader." In Engineers India Limited, M. Arul Murugan, who is also the Vice President of BJP Puducherry, he had also lost the 2011 and 2016 assembly polls. When asked to comment, he said, "They listen to me and respect me because of my qualifications and not because of my BJP post." These are only some of the names. I have given the link to the Indian Express report below in the description. Even during the UPA era, such things had come to light. As early as 2009, when the Congress-led UPA was in power at the centre, the Gujarat High Court ruled on a PIL stating that the appointment of independent directors on the boards of public sector banks was not done on merit but to favour politicians connected with the Congress and its allies. The petition was based on an investigation by the Indian Express in May 2007 that the then government headed by Manmohan Singh appointed 37 independent directors on the boards of public sector banks, of whom at least 33 had ties to the Congress. These included 5 All India Congress Committee secretaries, a vice president and a secretary of the All India Mahila Congress and the Seva Dal. Dismissing the concern, the court had stated primary consideration of the government should be the interest of public sector banks, its depositors, and not the interest of the nominees or any other vested interest. We are sure that the government will give serious thought in future so unnecessary criticism could be avoided. Why is the government appointing its party members as directors? We discussed in the beginning that the government wants to increase its influence in the system by taking such steps. So the question is it only to control them or something more than that? Like to ease the process of privatization has a role to play behind such steps. Lot of PSUs have been privatized by this government. We have seen from time to time that the central government has been privatizing the public sector unit. The government has promised to sell nearly 300 public sector companies. Privatization might have adverse effects on the working class. It might degrade their working conditions, wages, and other needs also. We have seen in one of our previous videos how the central government has been helping its friends like Gautam Adani to increase their profits under the disguise of privatization. For sure, the step of appointing independent directors to PSUs who have affinity to the ruling party will make the process of privatization far more easier. The thing is that BJP had come to power calling out the UPA regime for the various corruptions and scams that had taken place during the UPA regime. Is this how the BJP will fulfill its promises of Achhe Din? Achhe Din kab aayenge, Modi ji? Will you fulfill the promises that you made of employment and development? Or is it that Achhe Din is only for those who are affiliated to BJP? As mentioned in the beginning, PSU is not the only sector in which BJP is trying to recruit its cadres. We have seen in the past that such allegations are seen in all sectors, be it judiciary, bureaucracy, education field, or any other field. Let us hope that the deserved get their rightful posts rather than the reserved. If you like the content we provide, please subscribe to the Upfront and press the bell icon to get notification of all our recent updates. Please share our videos and educate others. Thank you.